I'd like to welcome our next speaker, Dr. Najwa Aaraj, the CEO of Technology Institute. Please, Doctor.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here. I'm going to keep my presentation a bit light. And what I would like to do today is to walk you through the journey of how frontier research and AI research is happening in the UAE, focusing on what we are doing in TII. We are an applied research and development arm based in Abu Dhabi, and our vision really mirrors the vision of the country, which is driving digital transformation, driving the adoption of advanced technologies, both for advancing sovereign capabilities as well as enhancing humanity. There is no doubt, I think, in anybody's mind that today we are living in defining moments. As we see, AI, which has started being built in the lab as in a research, is becoming a cornerstone of modern transformation. We see all of these large language models being built, and in fact, they are being used as a purpose in many fields today, whether it is in different critical infrastructure, in the defense sector, in the energy sector, in the finance sector. We see all the agentic frameworks being built and being used in various fields. Foundational models are reshaping every single sector today, and they're being deployed and integrated in this. And AI is also becoming a sovereign priority. You see a lot of investment in developing of models. We see them being deployed in critical infrastructure, and we see increasing deployment on-premise and being deployed for sovereign purposes. As a nation, I believe the UAE has realized the impact and the importance of AI early on. It has been one of the first countries to have an AI ministry since 2017. There has been a development of a UAE vision that is far in the future, that puts AI at the core and for a purpose in the UAE Vision 2071, and there has been the National AI Strategy 2031. It's one of the countries that is the first to have an AI native government, and you see the AI being used and being deployed across multiple sectors. It's being used as a driver for sustainable and knowledge-based growth. And what we are doing in the Advanced Technology Council and TII is to mirror this vision and put it in action and merge this aspect of innovation, research with applied engineering and applied use cases for our end clients. In TII today, we have multiple frontier technology domains that we're working on. You see 9 of them over here. And AI really cuts across all of them. So allow me to give you some examples. We have a center, obviously, that's focusing on AI. And this is the center where we work on foundational models. And this is where the Falcon foundational model has come from. We have a team that's working on advanced material. And as you can imagine, there is a very big role of AI in order to develop advanced material today. For example, one of the things that we are doing is to develop new coating material. And while in the past it used to take 3 to 4 months to test a specific coating and to test its impact, today we can process more than 10,000 in a month thanks to the advancements in AI and those large language models that are tailored to those specific domains. Another center that we have is Autonomous and Robotics Center. And as we heard in the previous keynote, AI is at the core of autonomous centers. So whether we're talking about ground autonomy and the use of AI, whether we're talking about neural networks, whether we're talking about reinforcement learning, whether we're talking about LLMs themselves, across the entire robotic stack, from navigation to localization to SLAM and also more advanced more advanced functionalities. Whether we're talking about aerial autonomy, and there we talk about single platforms or multiple platforms, AI is definitely the agent that is defining the brain of those drones today. However, as we move forward, there is a lot of merit to use LLMs and reinforcement learning agents in the command and control as well. Today, if you look at what's happening in the global scene, the biggest and one of the biggest valuation companies, they're coming with the likes of Anduril, with the likes of Shield AI, etc. And these are the ones that are putting and integrating AI systems in their command and control for various reasons, whether it is mission planning, whether it is surveillance, terrain analysis, etc. Cryptography is another domain we focus on, and as much mathematical as it is, AI can play a role. Today, there's a very big effort to use AI in cryptanalysis, in breaking of cryptographic systems, in testing cryptographic systems, whether from the theoretical side, whether from the practical side. And of course, there is the question, or there is the area where we look into how can we use cryptographic algorithms to secure and to preserve the privacy of cryptographic system. And this is where we start talking about privacy-preserving machine learning. Directed energy is where we look at the design and the development of new laser technologies, radar technologies, etc. And using the power of those AI systems, the cycles in order to design, to simulate, and test become faster. Propulsion and space is similar. Quantum is another area where we look at. And one of the main areas today where quantum starts meeting AI is the usage of AI in order to see whether it can speed up error correction and quantum error correction. Renewable and sustainable energy, there's a very big role that AI also plays, whether it is in the development of molecules, whether it is development of coating for desalination membranes, and secure systems is another area as well where the security of generative AI models is being studied. So while we try to push the envelope on all of these technologies, AI is becoming a tool, as well as these technologies also serve the security and other aspects of AI development. To narrow down into how we contributed to the field and how we're moving forward, Falcon Large Language Model Series has been one of the main contributions when it comes to foundational and fundamental AI layers. It is a model that we have released over the past. It started in 2023, where we released the Falcon model as a transformer-based architecture. And as time moved forward into May this year, we have released the first hybrid transformer SSM or Mamba architecture. From the inception or from the onset, it was a conscious decision actually to release Falcon as an open source model with the belief that this contributes to bridging the gap between the closed source and the open source model. And as we move forward with the architecture, we have been focusing on developing further capabilities in the models, advanced reasoning, language comprehension. The model today can deal with 18 languages, including Arabic, and having other capabilities inside. It can be used on large servers, but we have also been focusing on developing Falcon in the edge. So it has been optimized also to be used on edge devices. It is being availed in the open source under a very permissive license. And today we look at it as the model that is opening all the frontier of development, as well as a model that we can use as an institute in the country for developing sovereign capabilities on top. The reason why, as I was mentioning before, we feel that this work matters, and maybe one thing to mention is at every single release of Falcon, it has been ranked top according to international benchmarks and the Hugging Face classification. It is open, it is sovereign, it is globally competitive. It is highly performant, and many optimization have been done at a software level, at a memory management level, in order also to have it being efficient from a compute perspective and a compute usage. It is transparent, as trust has been at its building as one of its building principles, in addition to it being open sourced. And then, as I mentioned, it has been benchmarked and ranked against international benchmarks. Today, we are exploring how Falcon and how, of course, and this mirrors all the large language models across multiple industries. It is being deployed in the financial industry, so whether this is related to the management of financial records, it is being used also for prediction and also for trade operations. It is being used in the energy sector, in the security and surveillance, as you can imagine, and especially that it has high capability when it comes to vision comprehension and image analysis, in the healthcare sector, education sector, and of course for enablement of government services. I think one area that gets that gets questioned every time that we talk about AI and every time that we talk about large language models is, what about security, what about transparency, etc. There are a few things that we're doing in this domain and we're collaborating internationally on as well. Is one, the model itself as it is being built has all the security and safety guardrails embedded in it. One of the works that we have been exploring, and actually this is a product that we have launched as well, and we're collaborating on open frameworks, is when it comes to secure federated learning and private federated learning and privacy-preserving large language models. And the main aim here is to preserve the privacy of data as it is being contributed in order to train bigger models. So you can imagine that you have a centralized entity where you have many entities that would contribute data, but the main worry is data privacy. This framework that we have developed, it's called PetalGuard. What it enables you is to have localized training. The model weights get encrypted and shared in what we call the multi-party computation protocols. The weights get aggregated while they are being in encrypted form, and that aggregated model is what forms the final model. So you can imagine how it preserves the privacy of the data. It provides you a way to share your data without exposing it and getting all this intelligence and extra development in a centralized model that a big HQ or a big entity can have. And the other aspect where we're contributing and we are part of multiple international organizations is the partnerships when it comes to ethics standards and then putting privacy and security policy frameworks in the models. And there is a big belief from our side, and I do believe from the community overall, that unless you tackle the security aspects, the transparency aspects, and the data privacy aspects of these models and AI models in general, the adoption and using those for a purpose will be slowed down. As I mentioned, Falcon is capable, and it has been trained on Arabic language. It's actually one of the top Arabic languages out there. It is culturally aware. It has the purpose of being aware of the local culture, of the local context as well. It has been contextualized. It enables the knowledge, and it has the knowledge and the ability to do analysis, to do comprehension, and to do reasoning in the regional context. And it does the capability to preserve the identity and accessibility in global AI systems as well. As we move forward in our work, obviously we do believe in the power of innovation. We have been partnering with leading institutes. As of 2 months ago, actually, we have announced and we have created a joint lab with NVIDIA. And it is a lab that is focusing on AI and robotics. We have been collaborating with institutes such as Global Institute, Global Research and Development Institute. We collaborate with more than hundreds of these institutes globally, and this is in our belief of building trust and interoperability in AI development and in pushing frontier technologies.